Welcome everyone, Kyle here. It's Saturday and that could only mean one thing. That is weekly purchases. What came through the door via DHL, UPS, FedEx, the post office, Amazon, you name it, you know the story. What came through the stores, banner week for figure hunting. Hopefully you guys checked out my figure hunt video yesterday being Friday, if you're watching this on Saturday. Big week for figures out in the wild. I knew it would be a good week with Target, Walmart doing their semi-annual, I guess we'll call them, resets. A lot of new figures to be out on the shelves. I had a certain figures in mind. A lot of big wins this week. Next week, I expect a lot of that to continue. It's a great couple of weeks for fig hunting. Actually, the whole month of August will be good for fig hunting as Walmart and Target, they basically, the rules of the store, they have about the whole month to get the figures out and the figure aisles reset. So take that for what you will. If some of you guys say, I don't see anything new at my store yet, just wait a couple of weeks or maybe a couple of days. My area, pretty much almost every single store got the resets done this week. Some of them are waiting on product. Some of them have the product and being reset. So your mileage may vary depending where you're at. The one thing that was missing from most of the Midwest, and no different from my area, was the AEW figures. A lot of people screaming on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook groups, and I've been in there saying it all along, and nobody wants to listen to old Kyle. But I have a history of dealing with Walmarts and Targets, and I have a history of launching new items to the market in what I do for my real world job. I've done that for the last 20 years or so. I've been involved in that kind of stuff, dealing with Walmarts and Targets as well. So I know it is extremely tough to say August 3rd, AEW, all Walmart stores. That is not going to happen. I don't care who you are, what you are. The only thing that ever really works with, and it's a whole different kind of model, is new DVD and music releases, specifically back in the day. Hey, every Tuesday, now it's Friday, they're going to be in the stores. That works because that's the system. That's when the shipments always go. That's like clockwork every week. AEW figures, a whole nother animal. People flipping out about AEW figures to their stores and stuff, driving to stores all week when you have BrickSeek at your tools. A lot of people don't understand BrickSeek. Maybe that's a video for another day. But a lot of people do and just refuse to look at it. And not everybody is as fortunate to get free gas, free car. You're burning so much money driving around looking for these figures. It's not worth it when you know they're not going to be there. It's not in BrickSeek. There's no chance. You're not going to be surprised. That's just not the way it works. But to say an August 3rd launch date for that was going to happen, come on. You cannot promise anything with Walmart, especially in the midst of that reset. Better strategy would have been coming in August to Walmart. That's what should have been said. Because even if the stars were aligning, we all know Walmart's, Targets, whoever it is, they don't get stuff out immediately. Just because it's magically midnight August 3rd doesn't mean they appear on the shelves. That's not the way it works. Some stores wrap that stuff in pallets so deep in their back room, it takes a while. There's just a lot that goes on there to promise August 3rd, especially in the day and age we're living in right now with COVID issues and stuff like that. There's just too much to do, too much going on to make that actually happen. It just wasn't going to happen. I knew for a fact. I figured at best by Saturday, today, we should start seeing some of that in my area. And actually Friday was the first signings in the western side of the state. Those are the first sightings of AEW figures so far in my state. I do think today and tomorrow I will see some things trickle out to some of my stores. And we'll see what happens. I might pick up a few more of those. We got some good friend of the show, Mr. David C. Anderson. You guys thought I was going to say Waylon Jennings. We'll say Waylon for a little bit later. But David Anderson and I will find a couple of sets. We're looking for it. I need a min-on card set and a loose set, but we'll get more into that in weekly purchases. But wanted to kind of talk about a little bit of the AEW mania that's going on right now. Don't get too worked up. I think they will be decently hard to get, but everything I hear from Jeremy on Twitter from Jazzwares, Wicked Cool Toys, he's saying there's going to be displays in the stores in the second round. So don't give up hope quite yet. But that's it. That's what's going on right there. But speaking of Waylon Jennings, good old Waylon, he got the week off. Nothing in weekly purchases came from Waylon Jennings, the first time in a long time. So, Waylon, he grabbed Big Bird, and he said, Big Bird, we're going on a vacation. We're going down south. We're going somewhere really warm. And I think that's what Waylon did. And he grabbed Big Bird, and they went down there. And he met up with his wife, Jessie. So good for you, Waylon, getting a little much-deserved R&R because, you know, Waylon, next week is when the big boys play. We got the new Turtle set hitting Targets starting next week. Got to get those. Turtle Anxiety off for right now, but back up again starting next week. So be on the lookout for the new Target cartoon pack starting next week. And speaking of Turtles, Toka and Razor, NECA Online put them up for pre-order. You had 1 week to get it done. Started last Friday, ended yesterday. I hope all of you guys ordered it. It was the most painless process ever. I think we're going to see some more stuff like that in the future. I am very, very excited for that. That is going to be really good for us all. That is for sure. So that's a little turtle talk. A little more fig hunting news. I'm still trying to find the complete G.I. Joe set at Target. That's been a huge debacle with street date still saying 8/14, even though it's been lifted. Hasbro making an announcement. Still on the lookout for some of those. So I'm hoping to see those in the next week or two. But I have a feeling for a lot of stores, they're not putting them out till the 14th. My wife even got denied. My wife is my secret luck charm. She can go and sweet talk any department manager. And they said, sorry, there's nothing we can do. We're not selling them to the 14th. So that's where we're at with the Joes. So next week, I'm really hoping to find AEW, the rest of the G.I. Joes, that is for sure at Target. So we will see. Another big thing this week, I made a little mention to this, I don't know, a month ago or so. I had a big project going on. Well, it was big, kind of big, not real big. But I was actually called and featured in the City View newspaper for Central Iowa, Des Moines area. They called and they wanted to have an interview and do a feature on me. So that was pretty cool. So that was released this week. I will put a link in the description if you guys want to check that out. I'll also post it to my social media accounts. But that was pretty cool. I guess the channel is growing. Somebody caught wind of it. They reached out to me and wanted to do a little feature story. A few inaccuracies there. You know, LJN, Hasbro, got to be the same thing, right? Not to you and me, but apparently to the rest of the world, because he kept calling the Hasbros LJNs, or the other way around. LJNs, he was calling them Hasbros. So there's a few, I don't know, a few things in there that are a little off, but for the most part, it's a cool article. Getting the channel out there, I guess, some more eyes. So if any of you guys are checking this out from the City View article, welcome. Thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But got videos every single day, as most of you guys know. So we keep chugging it along. And this is our big one of the week, the weekly purchases. And that's about it. However, how about two things? This week I had to do a grown-up purchase. Got a new living room couch set, I guess you would call it, for the figure cave, the basement down here. So I got a new couch set, so that's kind of cool. And then you guys probably noticed the table a little different. I got a new table. We'll see how this works out. I don't know if I need to doctor this up or not, but a little bit better table, a little bit better to hold stuff, quantities, you know, stuff like that. So a couple of big boy purchases outside of the figure world this week, that's for sure. And then the other thing, we can't forget doing Album of the Week. Album of the Week, we'll bring this into weekly purchases a little bit. Big time purchase, big boy purchase, expensive purchase. I don't like to really talk about investing, but these are things you should invest in because these things skyrocket. They're in print for like 6 months to a year, and then they're out of print, and boy, they are big money. But I got the new Paul McCartney box set. Big metalhead, Iron Maiden, you can see. I love the metal, as you guys know, but I absolutely love Paul McCartney. This album brings me back to being 16 years old when it came out. I remember my lunch break sprinting to Musicland, Sam Goody Musicland, depending where you lived. Sprinting there to get the CD and sprinting back just with enough time way back in the day to get this album. I actually love this album, one of my favorite Paul McCartney albums, but this is the big heavy hitter deluxe box set. We got, 8 discs in here, number 6,858 of 10,000, I believe. So very happy to have this. This is the album of the week, of course. Flaming Pie, Paul McCartney. If you haven't checked that out, what are you waiting for? But that's it. I think we'll get into the weekly purchases and see what came through. It's a big one this week. I didn't think it was going to be, but holy cow, it's a big one. Before we get into weekly purchases, Lemmy and I want to talk about a giveaway. As you guys know, I had a giveaway like a week ago, and Brady Roberts won. Unfortunately, Brady did not get back to me. So round 2, second chance for everybody. Lemmy, you're void. You cannot use your Twitter account to win this prize. the people would think something is up. But here's what we're going to do. Look for this post of my weekly purchase video on Twitter. It'll be my pinned post. Comment with a screenshot that you subscribe to this channel. My Twitter account, SirPaul64, SirPaul64. Screenshot that. Post it on my Twitter underneath my weekly purchase comment. It'll be the pinned post. And you can win the Jakks, Ruthless Aggression, Batista, Charlie Haas, Macho Man Masters of the Universe, and the Y2J Jericho Mattel Retro figure. So find the tweet out there. It's the pinned post. Comment with a picture that you subscribed. And next Saturday, I'll pull somebody out of that hat. And you got to watch the video to win. But there it is. Do it. All right, let's get into the purchases. What came through the door this week? And I would say 99% of this stuff was found pretty much out in the stores. Really different week. Not a lot of eBay, not a lot of Mercari. I've been spending a lot of time in stores. I mentioned my figure hunting video of the week. I actually had to take out like 20 videos again this week because there was a lot of strikeouts. And I don't think people want to watch 15 minutes of the same thing at the same stores. Nothing there. But a lot of stuff coming through the doors this week, so it's pretty cool to find stuff. I always prefer finding it in the stores if I can. But that being said, I didn't spend a lot of time scouring Mercari and eBay and stuff like that for figures. So it'll be interesting next week what happens. One of these weeks is going to be a little slower, because don't got a lot of stuff coming in next week via the mail, I don't think. But we'll see. You never know what might happen. So we'll leave it at that. But let's start it off. Let's get going here. I'm going to start off with some Star Wars. Why not? Something different. Anakin Skywalker Black Series, the brand new line that just came out, number 110. And then Plo Koon from the set. So I got both of these guys. Happy to have them off the list. Unfortunately, I still need, Obi-Wan, Kit Fisto. There's a few more to come in that set, and I will get there. One we've seen in last week's figure hunting video. This one's kind of drove me crazy. Marvel Gamerverse Iron Man, the little white costume there, Target exclusive. Now, this has been the bane of my existence as it was street dated for 8/1. I found this in multiple different Targets over the last couple of weeks. Every time denied at the register. What are you doing putting it out on the shelf if you can't sell it yet? Absolutely drive me crazy. But finally got this one. Now it's a super peg warmer. I was in one store in my video you saw. I think I had 8 of these in that one store. So it is what it is. Iron Man finally off the list. How about LJN? We'll talk more LJN at the end of the show, but I did get this. I saw this come up on a Facebook group. Terry Funk, wrestling superstar, LJN poster. As you LJN fans know, these came with the LJN figures. Not collecting those, not going down that road, but I needed the Terry Funk. I think that's going to look really cool framed, and I'll put that somewhere, maybe in my office. I don't know, but glad I got that. Let's see, where should I go? Here we go. Here's one that's new that caught my eye. Walmart exclusive, hot off the new mod resets that are going on. It's a big rattlesnake type Cobra type deal. I believe McFarlane makes these. Let me check. Yep, McFarlane makes these. So a little cheaper toys. Traditionally McFarlane toys are a little more expensive. This is only $10. Hard plastic and a little softer on the tail and stuff. But I thought this would be awesome in a Cobra display with the G.I. Joes that are coming out by Cobra Commander. Have this as a kind of display going on. They also have a couple others, a Shark, a Raptor, and then Cygor. If anybody goes way back with McFarlane, the Spawn figure line, there was Cygor in that line. Same Cygor, but he's about this big. I did see him. He's $20. These smaller ones are $10. But I was thinking I might buy 1 or 2 of these. You put the Cobra Commander and his throne here, and you put these on each side of it. Just something to do. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. I picked that up at Walmart. A very cool item. That's I thought for sure there. So, how about Bobby Heenan? Hopefully you guys are checking out the other things. I always put a weekly figure hunting video up on Friday. Saturday is weekly purchases. Then the rest of the week, I have my Jakks Classics Deep Dive, which are really popular. So make sure you check those out. And then the rest of the week, I fill out with different unboxings and stuff like that, and figure reviews, you name it, whatever's going on. But I did unbox the Legends Series 7. I unboxed this Bobby Heenan. I had to get my other one, and I actually got them from Target this week. I took the other 2 back, Razor. I had a Razor and another Bobby. I had those. I returned them because I already found them at the store. I did need another Bobby Heenan, one to display in the Weasel suit like I did with that video, and then this one will be without the Weasel suit. Well, I took the Weasel suit off the one I unboxed, and a little addition to that video. I'm very disappointed. The legs are like old man legs on that thing. It's really bad. Check that out if you have not. Definitely keep him in the weasel suit if you can. There was just like they messed up. I think they painted over, somebody said they were Jerry Lawler legs, I think, something like that. But kind of disappointing outside of the weasel suit. But happy to get another one of him and be done with that, getting those. So speaking of WWE, how about the new top picks? Kind of the bane of my existence. You know, I'm not a huge top picks guy. I don't know anybody that really is. I understand, you know, they're for the kids, so there's always a Seth Rollins on the shelf for them to get, so I get that. It just sucks when you're getting every single elite ever. You do got to count the top picks. So came across the top picks this week, got the whole set. You guys saw last week when I got Ricochet, I got that as a damaged box deal. Well, this week, the Braun Strowman, the Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. Found these at Walmart this week, so I got that whole set done just like that. I am sure these are going to be everywhere at Walmart and probably Target as well, but they're going to be all over the new Walmart resets as your store does their resets, that's for sure. So got those top picks off the list. How about, you guys saw last week, little He-Man. Well, I got the Sky Sled last week. I'm hot on the grind for He-Man, and look what I came across this week. Good old Battle Cat. Found him at the Grimes Walmart. If you're familiar with those videos, I haunt that one. It's right by my house, so I can hit there all the time. Finally found Battle Cat. Went in there in early morning, and bam, he was there ready for me. Speaking of Masters of the WWE Universe, get my lines mixed up. Same Mattel, same type figures. Masters of the Universe figures. He-Man. Well, lo and behold, what did I come across? There's He-Man. There's Skeletor. And as you guys have seen before, I talk about it all the time, unpunched, no punch. They have not been on the pegs. I am looking, as of right now, I'm going to get a loose set, and then I'm going to get a set of mint on card unpunched is the goal. Going to be very difficult. You got to find them right when they come off the truck before they get stocked, or hopefully your Walmart stocks them on the shelf instead of the pegs. But I got the He-Man, got the Skeletor, and then what did I get to open? A whole nother set. The next day I went back out, went to one of the Walmarts, and lo and behold, there was the rest of the gang. Beastman, Tila, Evil Lynn, and Man-at-Arms. As I'm seeing is, it seems these guys are in their own case, where He-Man and Skeletor have their own case each, and then these guys come in one case. Because obviously these are going to be the least popular in the line. Everybody wants He-Man, Skeletor. Your mileage will vary on the rest of these, but happy to get these. It looks like Evil Lynn is probably at the top of the box where they cut the tape, as there's a cut right down the middle here. So for you collectors out there, this will probably be the hardest one to get in mint condition because she's at the top of the box. So definitely look for her on the back where they slit it. It's just a little tip, I guess you would say. But I will open these, and I will do a review probably in the next week on the Masters of the Universe figures. So happy to have those all done. Bring on Series 2. It sounds like those are coming maybe in October, I think they're saying. Usually that means maybe September to the stores, pre-order October. And then, of course, I didn't show them, but here's He-Man, Skeletor, the punched editions. These will be my ones I'll use for loose. But a lot of nostalgia feels with this one. It really brings you back when you see the cards, and especially hanging on the shelf. I kind of took a second. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I felt like I was transported back to 1983. Young Kyle getting ready to fight Skeletor. But there you have it. The little He-Man action. And then, how about we just jump into some Jakks Lucy's? Everybody loves the Jakks Lucy's. Getting harder and harder to find, like I say every week, but I came across a few this week. So, The Rock from the Mick Foley 2-pack. Mick Foley was TTL, so I didn't need that one, but I needed The Rock in his How's Your Lips t-shirt. So got that off the books. Jakks Swagger, I believe, Adrenaline 38, I believe, is this one. So I got the Jakks Swagger. And then we have Edge and the Edge, Jeff Hardy and The Undertaker. I believe this is Adrenaline Series 34, if my memory serves me right. Very underrated Jeff Hardy. You do not see around very often. Kind of a yellow and white face paint. A pretty hard set to come by, especially mint loose. Very happy to have that off the list. Kind of one I forgot about, but I was digging through the checklist saying, what am I missing? What am I missing? Speaking of that checklist, I mean, I still got a lot of stuff to go, but boy, the stuff just does not come up very often. I need that Andre Big Show 2-pack at a good price. The Melina Ashley 2-pack at a reasonable price. There's a Hardy Boys 2-pack with Jeff with the red face I'm trying to find. A lot of these very limited ones. There's that Rey Mysterio Australian exclusive. And then some basic ones like ECW Stevie Richards. And I'm trying to think what else. There's another Rock and a t-shirt like that from the Bring the Noise pack, I believe it is. A few easy ones that I'll pick up. But boy, some of those hard ones, it's going to delay things. Like there's a Jeff Hardy with a title belt. There's a Shane Helms with a title belt. Those two figures, they just don't come up. They're not really worth a lot. They just don't come up a lot. And then I said Edge. That's why I had Edge on the brain. Another late series Edge I was missing. Just a few Edges left to go. But coming along. But that's it for the Ruthless Aggression. Like I keep saying, getting harder and harder and harder to find that. Speaking of hard to find, the search for Cobra Island is tougher than anything. I think the Target... I always thought Cobra was the enemy, but I think we're finding out that Target is the enemy. And Hasbro, who makes the toys, are the enemy. A lot of miscommunication with this search for Cobra Island Target exclusives. Just craziness. Street dated for August 14th. Then all of a sudden Hasbro makes a Twitter post, social media post. Guys, the wait doesn't have to go to the 14th. We're releasing them August 1st. Well, they're saying that, but then Hasbro didn't send that message to the Target stores. So scan the tags at Target. Nope, can't sell them to the 14th. They're in the back room, but they're not going to come out to the 14th. I don't know what it is, but then if you do see them on the pegs, they ring up. Whereas that Iron Man I talked about earlier, it rang and said, nope, you can't buy this till the 1st or whatever it was. These new G.I. Joe figures don't have that problem, but their handhelds say they're street dated. So talk about a whole mess. Come August 14th, we'll all be able to get them. But here's what happened this week. Some stores put them on the shelves and they ring up. And I just happened to go into a Target right when they opened. A nice old lady was putting the whole case out on the shelf. I gave her a big hug and a kiss. Gave her my number. And now I got these 3 Cobra officers, Cobra troopers. You're probably saying, Kyle, why do you need 3 of the same guy? Well, one of these guys is going to be for my mid-on-card collection. So we'll put him to the side. And then I need loose ones. Well, no, most people say, oh, you need 1. I think I need 3, maybe 4 of these loose. Because, you know, these are army builders. There's ways to customize them with some of their pieces, their armbands, stuff like that. You know, that's the fun thing about some of these Cobras. You need multiples of them. So I'll probably get at least 1 more of these for loose. And then we'll see what happens. If there is some chance, I doubt it, but let's say the Targets are swimming in these 6 months from now and they put them on clearance to $10, I'll probably buy every single one I see. We'll just see how big can I make this army. As you guys know, I'm all in on these G.I. Joes. This was my childhood favorite toy line. I love wrestling figures, but I was all about them Joes, that's for sure. And I want this line to be strong. There's tons of great feedback out there online. I think this is one of the most talked about lines going right now. You see Targets limiting 1 per person. Just makes me smile because I want this line to succeed more than anything else. I want tons and tons of my favorite characters in 6-inch form. I just hope they don't mess it up. They don't do it wrong. They keep treating me right. But I'm all in on the G.I. Joes. I hope you guys are too. I need this line to survive. It could be the greatest line of all time if it gets done right. It'll see what they do with vehicles and whatnot. So that's it, except a few things left here. We'll save one for the end. But why don't we start with the buzz line of right now for the wrestling figure collectors, and that's AEW. Look what came through, a little bit of the bubbly. Some of you guys are probably saying, well, Kyle got a bottle of champagne. Nope, it's actually a figure in here. It's Chris Jericho. A lot of people have seen this already, I'm sure. But I got these in via Ringside this week. Mint as mint could be. I know some people gripe about them. I've rarely had any problems ever with Ringside. And you guys know I buy a ton of figures. A ton of wrestling figures. I haven't had a lot of issues. Yes, I'm primarily a loose collector, but, you know, I can see these things with my eyes. If I got a damaged box, oh, it is what it is. I mean, there's been a few. I go way back. The major issues I had were back in the Classic Superstars days, Jakks. I mean, we're talking 10, 15 years ago when I started getting those, with that star getting bent. There was some issues with that back in the day. I think of 2 times I had issues. But outside of that, I mean, maybe 1 time I got something that was damaged. So I think they do get a bad rap. I think a lot of people speak up out there, like everything. the negative always rises to the top. You don't hear the positive. Probably your work world. Do you ever get the kudos you deserve? Probably not, but you hear the negative stuff all the time, and that's kind of the way it goes. I think that's like anybody. That's ringside. They get a bad rap, but got that in. Mint as mint could be. I actually ordered another one. I decided, you know what? If I'm going to have this set mint on card and loose, I need this mint on card and loose. So my other one of this is coming in September. I just got to think, well, do I want to display this or do I want to open it right now until the other one comes? So have to make that decision in my mind. And then, of course, you know the AEW figures came through. Full review to come. You know, I am excited to open these up. But same as that, these are beyond mint. I mean, these are some of the mintiest figures I think I've ever seen. And with the design of this box, this kind of new design, we're going to see a lot of damaged versions of these out in retail, out elsewhere. Just there's a lot of corners that can get bent and dinged and damaged. So it almost makes me not want it, because you know I'm going to have a mint on card set, mint in box, whatever you want to call it, of this set. It almost makes me want to not open these, but I'm not sure when out at retail I'm going to find another set. And let's say I do find a set tomorrow. What if it's beaten beyond recognition? Well, I'm going to buy it, and then I open this one up. So I don't know. I got to decide. I think I'll be able to find a mint set, but you just never know. But anyways, got Kenny Omega in. Of course, Cody Rhodes through the door. Brandy Rhodes. How about Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks? Of course. So if I can get them all on the table here. And then, of course, Chris Jericho, which I think is the one that's maybe the sleeper figure of the set. Like I said, I will do an unboxing video. I can't wait to look at these with my own eyes, tell you my honest opinion. But it's cool to have a competition in the wrestling figure aisle right now. That rises all ships, makes everybody better. So there is the AEW set, and then of course the bubbly one we already talked about. Very happy to have you all these off my list. Go out and support this line. We'll see where it takes us in the next week. I think we'll see a lot more people picking these up, a lot more success stories, a lot more happy collectors in the next week. That is for sure, but very happy to get these in. Get this kind of, at least at the end of the day, I got one set done, and I'm not sitting there waiting for the other ones to come out, but there it is, AEW Series 1, and that is it. We just got one more thing to talk about in weekly purchases. All right, finally in weekly purchases, I got my buddy Lemmy. He came to sit with us. He wanted to be here for this special moment. As you guys know, for the last 6-7 weeks, this would have been wrapped up last week, but unfortunately, the mail has messed up multiple times in completing this collection for me. But as you guys know, about 6-7 weeks ago, I started an LJN collection. I started it, and I said, that's it. I'm not messing around. I'm going to get this finished. And in 7 weeks, what has happened? But Billy Jack Haynes has came to live at my house. And with Billy Jack Haynes arriving, with that, I have completed my LJN collection. Oh, look at this. Lemmy, what do you think, bud? Whoa. And then, look who came to join us. You came for the celebration? Oh my gosh, what is this? Oh, baby. Oh, baby is right. The LJN collection is complete. And look who we got here. What's your name?
Chucky.
Chucky. Chucky came for the show. It's good to see Chucky. Chucky, are you excited about Billy Jack Haynes coming to live with us? Very excited. So Chucky's here. And what? Who else do we have? Oh, it's Elle. Elle, you came too? I feel like this is your life. Elle, what do you think about completing this LJN collection?
Well, I don't really have feelings for it. I just know you would probably like it.
You never have feelings for it. You're always a girl of few words. You guys might remember Elle from the basic unboxing video. Lemmy, of course. And then Chucky, the killer doll from many a video, many a nightmare. And then, you know, we did it. We did it. We got Billy Jack. And what else do we got? Oh, a really surprise guest. My wife, Angie.
Hello.
Can you believe it? Angie's here for the celebration. You're excited? Are you so what?
I couldn't miss it.
Yeah, I love it. She couldn't miss the excitement. Lemmy, Chucky, Elle, Billy Jack Haynes, the final one in the collection. What are your thoughts?
I'm just curious how much you spent on all this.
as the viewers all know, LJNs are an all-time low. The cheapest they've ever been. Completed the whole set probably for $200 for the whole thing. I mean, really a deal. Yeah, ask the viewers. They'll tell you. Email her. I don't care. Anyways, thanks for the journey. LJNs are complete. Now we just got to finish off that Jakks set, and we're going to be done. And I thank my family for coming along and sitting in on weekly purchases. Anything anybody else has to say?
Nope.
Thanks for watching, guys.
All right. Well,
Bye.
Until next time, no Huey, no news, no thanks. And we'll see you next week. We did it! One take!
Now can we go to...
Good job, everybody.
I was excited.
Yeah, it's fine.